promise that you never be lonely. Peter Pan, that's what they.
What's up, y'all? It's your girl T Michelle back here with another video. Before I get started, let me turn my phone on Do Not Disturb, y'all, because I swear to y'all, I'm not bullshitting. My phone be so dry. My phone be dry all night. My phone be dry all morning. It be dry. It be drier than a nun's cooch. Like, it be so dry. As soon as I hit record on my camera, all of a sudden I'm getting all these messages. I'm getting all these texts. People want to talk. People want to FaceTime, all this shit. Listen, y'all gonna have to fuck off for now. Because today, we got some shit to talk about. Let me wet my whistle first, because I'm about to run my mouth. Old BKB. So, y'all see what's going on right now. We gonna talk about it. We gonna get into it. And I got my own opinion and how I feel about the whole situation. This is a disclaimer. If you are a subscriber of mine, if you are a fan of mine, I love you. I appreciate you supporting me and all type of stuff like that. But if you happen to be a subscriber of mine that is against Black Lives Matter, and if you feel like, you know, all lives matter, if you sitting here screaming that shit, all lives matter, if you calling the people that's rioting and the people that's doing animals and shit, click off my shit right now. Just do me a favor and just click off my shit and come back for another video, because I'm gonna piss you off. I'm gonna piss you off, and I don't feel like debating with you back and forth, because it's so stupid to debate on opinions. You know what I'm saying? You feel how you feel, and I feel how I feel, and I probably can't change your mind, and you probably can't change my mind. So why are we arguing? You know what I'm saying? So if you one of those people, I'm just telling you, click off my shit now. I also want to say that I have nothing against white people. I am not anti-white. I'm not pro-black, but I am anti-oppression. So, if you have to do certain things to fight oppression, I'm all for it. I'm not against the rioting. I'm not against the looting. I don't think these people are bugging. I ain't even say these people, my people. I don't think my people is bugging. I don't think we out here doing reckless shit. We've been screaming peace for years. We've been screaming peace for years. We were screaming peace after slavery was over. We were screaming peace when Jim Crow came along. We were screaming peace with the civil rights movement. We were screaming peace during the Rodney King beatings and the Rodney and the LA riots. And the lady killing the little girl in the Korean store over some orange juice. We were screaming peace with Trayvon Martin. We've been screaming peace for so long. It's like, fuck that now. I say it all the time, y'all, and it's not only pertaining to this. This is pertaining to life in general. You keep putting your head down and giving other people chance after chance after chance after chance to do right by you. To do right by you and be considerate of your feelings and be considerate of your life and your pursuit of happiness, which is every human being's right to be happy in this world. You keep giving somebody chance after chance after chance after chance after chance to do that, and they keep putting their foot up your ass. Eventually, you gonna have to take their foot out your ass and do what it is that you have to do for your own survival. Right or wrong. So I'm not against people wilding out right now. It bothers me, and it should bother everybody. It should, not even white, black, whatever. It should bother you that there has been case after case after case after case after case. I'm taking y'all back to the 50s, even before the 50s. You know what I'm saying? If we want to go back to like records of blacks being killed by whites, not even cops, because back in the day they wasn't called cops, they was called Klansmen. So if we go back in history to blacks being killed by whites, it dates back to like 1913. It dates back to way back when they could even make records of stuff. You know what I'm saying? And if we want to go back to slavery times, a lot of slaves, which is, and it's similar to like what's going on today. How you got black people, you know, crucifying these people out here for actually doing something, for looting and for burning shit and all type of stuff. You got black people out here saying, "Oh my God, they animals. Oh my God, this ain't gonna do nothing. Oh my God, this ain't getting the point across." And we destroying we making ourselves look bad. You got black people out there saying that, right? But it was the same thing back in slavery time. There was people that were slaves that felt they deserved to be slaves. They were so brainwashed by their masters. They were so brainwashed by their masters that they felt that this was what life was supposed to be for them because they was black. Until a nigga named Nat Turner came into the picture and was like, no, fuck that. We not going for that. Fuck that. These white people killing us, guess what? We gonna kill them. They raping our women, guess what? We gonna rape they women. They bashing our heads in and lynching us, guess what? We gonna do the same shit. My mama was heavy on Black history. My mama didn't go for that. Like, my mama was like, no, you gonna know Black history. You're not gonna know what they teach you in school. No, you gonna know some shit. Like, my mama was heavy on that. My mama came up in the civil rights movement. My grandmama, Jim Crow, all of that. Like, I knew. I don't need to see half of these movies because I already know the story and I know the real story. So, like I said, if you against it, be against it, but keep your mouth shut. Don't judge these people that's out here doing what they doing. You know what I'm saying? If you against it, cool. You can be against it. That's your opinion. You know what I'm saying? You entitled to your own opinion. But don't judge these people out here for doing what they doing. I'm going to say I'm all for it. The day that the riots broke out in Atlanta, they had already broken out in New York. They had already broken out in Minneapolis. You know, and this is before it was global. But before we was hearing that it was global. I was out. I'm not going to tell y'all what I was doing out. Because that ain't none of y'all business. That ain't none of y'all business. You don't need to be worrying about what I was doing, all right? I was just out, okay? Now, I was out the day before the riots broke out in Atlanta. And I was more amazed by the fact that everybody was outside. I thought, you know, people were still running from Corona. It seemed that Corona is gone now because you got all these people within close proximity of each other. And there's been no new cases of coronavirus. I'm just saying. But I was more surprised that there was people outside. There was people walking their dogs. There was people having little picnics. There was people going for ice cream. Now, the next day, no, I was downtown the day before the riots broke out. And there was little protesters out there. You know what I'm saying? It was little protesters. People had their little signs and shit like that. But I'm telling y'all, it was mostly white people. It was mostly white people that I saw. I did not see a lot of black people. I'm not saying that they wasn't out there. I'm just saying I didn't see that many black people the first day that I seen protesters or whatever like that. The next day, I was back downtown. And I was by the park. I was by the CNN building. And all type of stuff. And everything seemed normal. It seemed like a regular day. Like I said, there was still people in the park. There was still people out there walking their dogs and doing whatever they was doing and shit. And then all of a sudden, everything stopped. Traffic stopped. And I was like, what's going on? It slowed down and then it just seemed like it stopped. And I see all these people running backwards. I see people walking, like they walking away or whatever. They got the look on the face like, let's get the fuck out of here. Like, honestly, I'm telling y'all, that's what everybody's face looked like. Like, oh shit, let's get the fuck out of here. Like, you know what I'm saying? I didn't know what was going on or whatever like that. I go home and I go on Facebook and I'm seeing, oh my God, they fucked up the CNN building. They set a police car on fire and all type of stuff like that. I was like, oh, so that's what was going on. And mind you, when me and the person I was with was driving back home, back because I live on the south side of Atlanta. So when I was going back on the south side, we seen like cops. We seen more cops. When we was downtown, we saw maybe like one or two cops. Leaving, we saw all these cops. We saw the buses. We saw the big buses, them big blacked out buses and shit. But when I got home, I was like, oh, so that's what was going on. Then all of a sudden I'm seeing people posting about, oh my God, this is not going to solve the problem. And they bugging and they doing this and they doing that and da 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 da. And I'm like, okay. If that's how you feel or whatever. Then I'm seeing people posting pictures of them being in the protest. Pictures of them holding signs and all type of shit. And I'm like, hold up. Hold up for a second. Because based on what I saw, a lot of people that was out there was not with the shits. When all that shit broke out, a lot of people left. A lot of people was walking away. So, from what I saw, a lot of people wasn't with the shits. And then that's when I was like, oh, so this is like the new clouting thing. Don't get me wrong, y'all. There are some people out there that is really down there for the cause. You know what I mean? There's some people out there that's really down there for the cause. But there's also some people out there that's just there for photos, for photo ops. To take pictures to post on their Instagram, to post shit on their Snapchat to make it look like they doing something, and they really don't give a fuck. They really don't give a fuck. I'm keeping it a buck with y'all. I'm telling y'all, this is what I'm seeing. You can tell. Not everybody out there is fighting for us. Y'all see how they trying to say now that there's cops that are a part of these protest groups. There's like undercover cops that's a part of these protest groups. There's white people that's a part of these protest groups that's like, you know, trying to infiltrate shit. I seen some shit this morning. Somebody posted this morning, you know, it was a white lady. Of course she was upset. You know, she's upset about Black Lives Matter because all lives matter. Listen, suck a big dick. And she out there and she was mad and all type of stuff. You had all these black people standing on one side. You know, they protesting or whatever. She starts her shit. So they start chanting, "We black and we proud." They walk towards her saying, "We black and we proud." She goes and spits on one of the protesters. All these white people, you seen all these white people come and like get in between her and the black people and get in between her and the protesters, the black protesters. You seen all these white people. At first, it was white people there telling her, "Oh, shut up, go back to your car, and don't try to break up what we got going on. This is a peaceful protest, and if you not for it, then get back in your car," and blah, 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 blah. And she going in. As soon as she spit on that black dude, you saw all these white people standing between because they didn't want nobody to touch her. Now, at first, I was like, okay, you know, they trying to keep it peaceful. But then I was like, hold up. I did feel some type of way because I'm just like, why is it only the white people, the white protesters that's standing in between? You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't see no black protesters saying, "Yo, chill, don't touch her," or nothing like that, because they grabbed that nigga up. Like, that nigga was ready for war. Like, he was ready to get all in her ass, and you could tell she got real scared after she realized, oh shit, I just spit on somebody, and I just spit on a black guy, and it's all these black people. You can tell it's the look that these white people get, these white women. I'm sorry, y'all. Sorry. But you can tell her face changed, like, oh shit, what the fuck did I just do? Like, you know what I'm saying? So I kind of was looking like, why they blocking her? Like, why they blocking her in? Like, she just spit on somebody. Why he can't spit back? Like, if he wanted to, he couldn't even, if he wanted to, he couldn't, because it was everybody blocking her. It was all these white people, like, closed her in, like, to shield her and stuff. So I was like, what the fuck? But anyway, it could have been just because they was trying to, you know, keep it peaceful or whatever like that. But man, if I was there, should let him get her ass. But anyway, I want these celebrities. Trina out here acting a fucking fool. pissing everybody off. And you know what's crazy? She went on the radio. You got a platform, sis. Like, you got a platform where you could really make a difference. And you go on the radio and call your own people animals because your friend's shop got looted. So the fuck what? Your friend ain't got insurance? Your friend ain't got business insurance? Even if she don't got business insurance, you Trina. I know you ain't lit like that, like as far as money, but I know that you got more money than her, especially from that Love and Hip Hop bullshit. So I know that you got some money. You can't loan her a stack for her business or whatever, but you that mad about your friend's shop being fucked up that you call your own people animals. I'll wait. I wasn't surprised with Trina because what wasn't it like her like a couple of months ago or last year? It was last year. She went on Love and Hip Hop and she was telling people that she was half Spanish, that she was Puerto Rican, and she was Dominican and all type of shit like that. And her moms and her father went on the radio like, no, she not. I'm black and her daddy black. Like, what she talking about? She got Spanish in her blood. She went on Love and Hip Hop and was saying that she was mixed. And she was Spanish. She was Spanish. And her daddy went and was like, no, she not. I'm black as shit. And so is her mama.
Talking about you don't deal with your on the other side of your daddy's family, which that hurt. My people. On my side.
He just told you guys, he said the mama is black and he is black. Y'all ask me, is they black? Everybody is black. There's no Hispanic.
Red bone. And I'm a black man. Out of stock project.
All both of the red bones. Yeah, exactly.
What the hell she talking about Dominicans? You want Dominican daddy that bad?
And then, wasn't she in Walmart or some shit and a white lady called her a nigga?
Motherfucking again. Say it again. Say it again. Say the fucking again, you dirty ass bitch. Say the motherfucking again. I am a nigga, bitch. Say it again. Say it again.
Like, I wasn't surprised, y'all. I wasn't surprised that she was out there saying all type of ignorant shit, talking about I'm not scared when I get pulled over by the police because I got my license and my registration. Bitch, you need a stone. You need a fucking stone. Like, you need straight licks talking bullshit like that. But at the same time, like I said, I'm not surprised with her. You know what I'm saying? This is somebody that has displayed her self-hatred of her blackness, talking about she got Spanish in her blood. Then you got Shekinah. Oh, Lord, Shekinah. Shekinah always into some shit, and she always getting clowned. But initially talking about her self-esteem and her low self-esteem and shit like that. This is why. Because you always putting yourself in a position where people can sit there and talk shit about you. She gets on her little live and starts crying about Gucci, how they done fucked up the Gucci store. Now, I didn't see the live, but from what I know and what I've been told and read, she wasn't crying about the Gucci store. She was crying about everything going on. Like, she was crying about the looting and the riots, and she was crying about George Floyd, and she was crying about Ahmaud Arbery and Breonna Taylor. Like, that's what they was saying. But to a lot of people, it seemed like she was crying about the Gucci store. And Tory Lanez went and tried to put her in check, and then eventually he just got tired of talking to her and was just like, man, fuck this bitch. She ignorant. There's no point in me talking to an ignorant bitch. And, you know, bitch continue to cry over Gucci. Then Kaya comes with her little yuck mouth ass, and she come talking about this bitch crying about Gucci and she can't afford Gucci and all type of stuff. And then that turned into a war between them. Like, it's so much ignorance, y'all. It's so much ignorance. I'm just like, why are we talking about this? Why is this important? The night the riots broke out in Atlanta, the mayor got on TV and she was saying how she has black sons and she understands and she's hurting just like them. Killer Mike went on there and saying that, you know, he got family that's police officers and all type of stuff like that, and he understands. and all type of shit, but we can't do this. This is not good. This is not good for our community. This is not good for our culture. You know, Keisha talking about go home. That's what she said, y'all. She was like, go home. Go to your house. Like, she was really mad. And T.I. come and call Atlanta Wakanda. The assness, y'all. The ass. Listen, I get what he was trying to say, because Atlanta is I'm sorry, y'all. Atlanta is like where the most black businesses are, where the most black owners are, where the most black bosses are, where all the black landmarks are. You know, it is in Atlanta. But niggas was getting in his ass for calling this shit Wakanda. He said, this is Wakanda. This is Wakanda. I said, go ahead, Tip, it's Wakanda. He never said nothing about looting, though. He didn't say nothing about the looting and the riots and all type of shit like that. Now, listen, y'all. I'm sorry, dude. That shit is funny. This nigga called Atlanta Wakanda. There's a documentary on Netflix called LA 92. And it's basically about the LA riots after the Rodney King verdict. Now, when I first seen, you know, what happened in Minneapolis, what happened in New York, what happened here, I was like, this is about to be another LA 92, but it's not going to be like that because, you know, it's two different generations, and this generation is lit. This generation is definitely about the shits. They've been about the shits way before this happened. So I was like, it's about to be worse. But there's people comparing it to that, saying, oh, this is, or even saying it that is worse than LA 92. I don't think we've gotten there yet. If you sit there and you watch that documentary or whatever, you'll see that, you know, the LA riots, motherfuckers was pulling white folks out of their cars, beating the shit out of them. Like, if you driving home from work and you happen to be white and you driving down Slauson and Normandy and all type of shit like that, your ass was getting pulled up out of your car and getting the shit beat out of you. You know what I'm saying? But that whole thing wasn't only pertaining to Rodney King. It was also pertaining to, you know, that Korean lady that killed that little girl in her store because she thought she was stealing orange juice. Y'all know what I'm talking about. I'm going to insert the name or whatever. And the lady didn't even get no time. The sentence was for 16 years. The judge didn't like that sentence. So the judge gave her a $500 fine and probation. But this is what I'm talking about, y'all. With shit like this, with shit like that happens. You know what I'm saying? And then the same thing with, like, Ahmaud Arbery. Like, this man was hunted. He was jogging. And now it's being said that the dude stood over him and called him a nigger before he shot him. So it's like, y'all, you can't be mad. I don't feel like a lot of people know what's meant when we say Black Lives Matter, and why we get so upset when people say all lives matter. How can all lives matter if black folks is being hunted like dogs? If we're being hunted like animals, how can you say all lives matter? You're not getting killed. Your people are not getting killed. You're not getting slaughtered out here. You know? So how can you say that? It's ignorant to say that. You're going to turn a blind eye to what's going on because you feel like, oh, no, everybody's lives matter. Bitch, shut up. I don't even want to hear that. I don't want to hear that until my people stop getting killed. Then I'll hear you. I Googled this last night because I was curious. I knew already, but I was curious. Now, there's another documentary. Again, y'all know, I told y'all, I'm a documentary head. There's a documentary called Traffic Stop. I can't remember if it was on Cinemax or if it was on HBO, but it's called Traffic Stop. And it's about this lady. What is her name? Brianna King. She's driving to Wendy's. And a cop is behind her. She pulls into Wendy's. The cop pulls in. I think it was Wendy's. She pulls into Wendy's. She parks. She gets out of her car. The cop pulls in behind her, and is like, "Ma'am, please get back in your car. I have to issue you a ticket for speeding." So she's confused. She's like, "But you didn't pull me over. You followed me in here. Like, you didn't stop me. I stopped myself. I pulled into Wendy's or whatever. You didn't stop me. So can you even issue me a ticket? Because you didn't pull me over." He's like, "Yes, I can issue you a ticket," or whatever like that. So she's like, "All right." She's confused, but she's not being disrespectful or nothing like that. She's just like, "All right." So he goes and gets her driver's license or her registration or whatever like that. Her feet are hanging out of her car because she's sitting sideways facing him. Like, say I'm in the car, he's right here. She's facing him, so her feet are hanging outside of the car. So he's like, "Can you please put your feet back in the car so that I can walk back here and handle my business and give you your ticket?" So she's like, "Why do I have to put my feet back in my car? Just go do what you have to do, give me my ticket, and let me be on my way." He gets mad. And he's like, "All right, step out of the car because now I got to detain you." She's like, "What do you have to detain me for? Like, I didn't do anything. You asked me to put my feet back in the car and I said no. I asked you why." And he tries to put cuffs on her. And y'all, when I tell you, handled her like a man, she had to be, y'all, she's a little thing. She had to be like 100 pounds soaking wet. He picked her up, body slammed her, picked her up again, body slammed her again, like all type of shit. It was crazy. And then his superiors came and he's like, "Oh, she was coming at me and I felt I had to defend myself. I had to, like, she made me feel uncomfortable. She made me feel like I was being threatened and all type of shit like that." And I'm just like, this chick is half yes. She's the size of one of your legs. Like, are you serious? But anyway, getting back to what I was saying, in the car, when they arrested her or whatever, because they arrested her, she's like, "I don't want him to take me to the jail or whatever like that, because you should have seen how he put his hands on me. You should have seen what he did to me. I don't want him taking me to the jail. Get somebody else." So they get another cop to come and take her to the jail. So in the car, there's a camera in the car. So she's talking to the cop and she's like, "Do you understand what just happened?" He's like, "Ma'am, I don't really know. I don't know what happened. I wasn't there," and all type of stuff like that. And she's like, "This man manhandled me. He slammed me into the ground 100 times. Like, he slammed my face into the, like, I'm a woman. Like, do you understand that?" and all type of stuff like that. And she's like, "Why do cops fear black people so much?" You know what this man said? He's like, "Y'all have to understand that when it comes to people getting shot, when it comes to people getting stabbed, people getting killed, people selling drugs, you realize that it's usually black folks." She's like, "What?" He's like, "We're scared. We're scared." We're scared because most of the time it's somebody, who's black that's killing cops or killing people. It's with guns. It's usually black folks. I said, if that's not the biggest crock of shit I ever heard in my life, but a lot of cops feel like that. A lot of white people in general feel like that. You were so scared of this beautiful black skin. You were so scared of it. You were so scared. Just for me standing here. There's people who don't do anything. They be on their block chilling, not bothering nobody. People in the park just minding their business. Like, why can't y'all just leave us the fuck alone? We not doing nothing to y'all. Why do y'all feel the need to call people? Why do y'all feel the need to call the cops all the fucking time? Why do y'all feel the need to do it? We not bothering you. But anyway, getting on to my point, when I heard that, I was like, a lot of these motherfuckers feel that way. But if you go right now and Google the biggest, most catastrophic, most violent crimes in history is done by white people. I shit you not. JFK's assassination, RFK's assassination, Martin Luther King's assassination, that Waco, Texas shit, Oklahoma City. And you're scared of me? You're scared of me. The biggest serial killers, the most gruesome serial killers, white people. Ted Bundy, the son of Sam. Jeffrey Dahmer, who, by the way, ate a lot of black people. He targeted black people. He targeted black men, black gay men. The Unabomber. But you're scared of me. I'm just saying, y'all. Like I said, I'm not anti-white and I'm not pro-black. I'm anti-oppression. I'm anti-fuck shit. And I could not get past that man sitting there saying, "Oh, well, when we see black people, we just assume that you guys are gonna kill us. We assume that you guys are violent." How can you assume that? That shit is so fucking stupid. Like, to hear that man say, you know what I'm saying? When cops see black people, we automatically get scared because most murders are done by black people and most drug dealings is done by black people and most violent things is done by black people. It's just so fucking stupid that every time it comes to some shit like this, it comes to something like with George Floyd or Breonna Taylor. She was sleeping. How can you feel threatened by somebody that's sleeping in a bed? The documentary about the kid shot 16 times in Chicago. There's a documentary called 16 Shots. It's a good documentary, y'all. The kid, like, okay, granted, he did have a knife in his hand. You know what I'm saying? From what I read, he had mental issues. He did have a knife in his hand. Right, he did. But did y'all see how far he was from them cops? He was walking away. Actually, if you watch the video, he's walking away. He was walking away from the cops when they shot him. And you shoot 16 times, he was down and you still saw bullets flying off him. You still saw smoke flying off him. You're scared? You're scared. You're intimidated and scared of somebody walking away from you. It just don't make no sense, y'all. It don't make no sense. And it seems like that is the narrative over and over and over again when something like this happens. I felt scared for my life. I felt like my life was in danger. When I first heard about Breonna Taylor, I thought about Fred Hampton from the Black Panthers. Fred Hampton was shot and he was sleeping. And they fucked up his house. Did y'all see that? Oh my gosh. Y'all need to see pictures of that man's house after the cops finished. They shot that whole entire house. His baby was in there. His wife was in there. The man was sleeping. The man was sleeping and they ambushed him. But when I heard about Breonna Taylor, that's the first thing I thought of was Fred Hampton. How are you intimidated and scared of somebody that's sleeping? How are you threatened by somebody that's sleeping? It doesn't make sense, y'all. And it's the same fucking story. And it's like, that's why I feel people are out. That is why people are out there protesting and marching and shit like that. It's like, listen, how many times can you say that you were scared? How many times can you say that you were scared? And like I just said to y'all, like I just pointed out to y'all, the biggest crimes in history, the most notorious crimes in history, the most notorious serial killers are all white. So how are you scared? I should be scared. If I thought like that, if I'm thinking like these people, how can you assume that? How can you fucking assume that when the biggest crimes in history have been done by white people? School shootings, white kids. I'm scared of you. I'm scared of you. Not to mention, y'all, The countless and countless and countless murders of young black men and black women killed by the police. Like, y'all, I'm so through with some people. And you know what's crazy? People are blaming Trump. I blame Trump too, but I'm not blaming him for the same reasons that maybe y'all are blaming him. I feel like this nigga's a bigot. He's an asshole. He's ignorant. He's stupid as shit. Like I'm gonna tell y'all something. My mama called me. She called me like the day after the riots because she saw them on the news or whatever like that. And my mama is the type of mama, if anything happens in your state, you ain't gotta be nowhere near this. Like, no. You ain't gotta be nowhere near where it happened, but if it happened in your state, she gonna call you and be like, "Oh my God, are you okay?" So she called me and she's like, "Are you all right? Is everything okay out there?" And I'm just like, "Ma, I'm not nowhere near the riots. I'm on the south side. It happened downtown." She's like, "Oh, you're not downtown? Like, oh my God, like, are you safe?" I'm like, "Ma, I'm good." So we're talking and she starts talking about Trump. And she's just like, "You know why that motherfucker's face is red? Because he's the devil. Like, he's the devil. He came straight from hell." I was like, "Yeah, mama, you right." Now that you mention it, you right. That motherfucker did come from hell. But I feel like once he became president, he always been a racist prick, first of all. I don't know why people are acting surprised. He's always been a racist prick, and he's always been an idiot with money. But I feel like he made it okay for these racist motherfuckers to show that they're racist. You know what I'm saying? They was closeted. They was closeted racist people. But you got this white man here who's ignorant as fuck and says the dumbest shit under the sun, the most ignorant and dumbest racist shit under the sun. But he's president of the United States. He became president of the United States. If he could do that, I could damn sure say whatever the fuck I want to these niggas out here. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how I feel. Like, he made it alright. He made it alright. He made it acceptable. Why else do you think these white people's out here calling the cops on dumb shit or spitting on people and doing all type of shit? But y'all seen that meme that says, "I am not like my ancestors and I will put my foot up in your ass." And I feel like that's exactly what's going on. I feel like motherfuckers is like, "No, don't get it twisted. I will fuck you up. I am not my ancestors." And I agree, because let anybody touch me or anybody spit on me or anything like that, I will kindly go to jail, because I'm with the shits. I'm with the shits. And I feel like a lot of people are with the shits. Yeah, that's basically it, y'all. That's basically all I had to say. You know, I didn't know, like I said, I didn't know how this video was going to go. I didn't know how long it was going to be. I didn't know basically what I was going to talk about. If I didn't touch on certain things, it's because I forgot. Like, it's so many things. Like I said, there's so many things, y'all. So many things with this. But for my peoples that's out there that are protesting and you know, out there in the streets and stuff, y'all do what y'all have to do. Y'all just be safe and take care of each other, because, you know, I told y'all about that whole thing with, you know, the white lady spitting on the black guy or whatever, and all these white protesters decided to shield her from getting fucked up. But just be careful, y'all. Just be careful. You know what I'm saying? I'm happy that a lot of the people, because, you know, they doing these little curfew things and shit like that. I'm happy that, you know, the people that are getting arrested for being out past curfew or are getting arrested for protesting and all type of stuff. I'm happy that some of these celebrities out here are using their celebrity for good and they're bailing them out. You know, word. That's what y'all should do. If y'all gonna use y'all money anytime, now's the time to use your money. I don't know where Beyonce is. I don't know where Beyonce is, y'all. I mean, her and Jay-Z, they paint themselves so much to be pro-black. You know what I mean? And freedom, freedom, freedom. You all that. And lift every voice and sing. She all that. Where you at, bitch? Let me stop because I don't want the Beehive to come after me. But still, where you at, bitch? Like, you know what I mean? I think she made a video. I can't remember. I gotta look for it online or whatever like that. But I think she made a video and she was saying some shit. But where you at, sis? Like, you know what I mean? There's a lot of people that's quiet. But I feel like, you know, they doing the right thing. If they against what's happening, it's better to not say anything. Don't say shit because you liable to get jumped on. But yeah, y'all, like, comment, and subscribe. I hope y'all enjoyed this video. You know what I'm saying? If you don't agree with what I said, that's your problem. You know, you got a right to your opinion, and I got a right to mine. So, like I said, y'all, be safe. Just take care of yourselves out there, y'all. Take care of yourselves and be safe and be smart. You know what I mean? If you want to be righteous, make sure you all the way righteous. You can't be half-assing shit, especially when it comes to something like this. You can't be out here half-assing shit and just doing stuff for clout and posting stuff for clout when you don't really stand behind what's going on. So yeah, y'all. I love y'all. Stay safe. And I'll see y'all in the next one. Okay? Peace.
The complete independence of people of African descent here in the Western Hemisphere, and first here in the United States, and bring about the freedom of these people by any means necessary. That's our motto. We want freedom by any means necessary. We want justice by any means necessary. We want equality by any means necessary. We don't feel that in 1964, living in a country that is supposedly based upon freedom and supposedly the leader of the free world, we don't think that we should have to sit around and wait for some segregationist congressmen and senators and a president from Texas in Washington, D.C. to make up their mind that our people are due now some degree of civil rights. No, we want it now, or we don't think anybody should have it.